The other day, I put out a gathering video where I just gathered all the materials. It didn't really focus on one, so today I'm going to just focus on one. We're going to mainly focus on gathering animal hides. If there are enchanted nodes of fiber or metal, then I will grab those. But I want to show you just how much we can make in 30 minutes with premium active and a pork pie and tier 8 gathering gear. So let's dismount here, eat a pork pie, and begin the timer. Just a sec, waiting on global cooldowns, and here we go. This is mostly target farming tier 4 animals so that we can get their baby drops, we can fill journals pretty quickly, and tier 4 hides are slightly worth a little bit more than the tier 2 and tier 3 hides. That's not always the case, but I did find a 4.3 here, so that's pretty lucky, but it only spawned twice. I did waste a lot of time camping that, though, unfortunately, so I did lose. I could have made more silver on this run, but it's still good enough to show you guys. It is not the best run, but it's still good. And that is 30 minutes. Now, I will mention that I did waste about 10 minutes trying to control a 4.3 spawn, which, unfortunately, due to the time of the server, I believe that it had cycled out, even though no one had farmed it. But before we go and teleport back home and look at our earnings, I have to check and see if it ever respawned, because I have those things timed down to spawn every 2 to 3 minutes at 1 stack, and then every 5 to 6 minutes at 2 stacks. And I didn't really stick around to see if it would respawn with 3 stack or not, but I do know that we left 2 purple skeletons around this area right here, and I just want to see if another player came by and farmed it, or if it ever respawned. And yeah, you can see the skeletons are gone now, and so it is no longer here. What about the 0.2 spawn that was down here? That one is also gone. So yeah, it got cycled out. I wasted 10 minutes, but you know, we have 3 baby drops, no tome drops. I mean, we got a regular tome, not the gathering tome. So let's see how much we earned here. And some people may be saying that, well, so Bidgie, you got lucky because you have baby drops, or you got lucky because you found a 4.3 drop. That's not fair. And I can tell you right now, if I specifically target farm tier 2 and tier 3 animals, I can make more silver per hour than targeting tier 4. But let's go ahead and go to our island here and put everything in a box. And see just, I can stop the timer, by the way, I don't need the timer right now. And see exactly how much we farmed and how much money we made. So let's, first off, we'll put the gathering journals in there. And I actually use these, so I'm going to give you that amount as well, just to see how much that it would be worth. Runes that I found, baby drops, etc. So, the only thing I'm not putting in there is empty journals because, well, that doesn't count. So, just in 30 minutes, this was 717,000 silver. This puts it right now at 1.4 million silver per hour. Let's get some text on the screen so we can do this correctly. So target farming tier 4 for baby drops is 1.4 million per hour, and on the screen it goes. But hold on, let me see, let me get more text on the screen, because sometimes people don't even listen to what I'm saying. This is just journals being sold, so not even, you know, factoring in the journals you know, actual value, which I'm going to show next. Okay, so let's do this now. Journal value if sold would be 52.6k. There we go. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about with journals here, in case you're new and you don't know what the hell a journal is. You can turn these tier 2 journals into a gamekeeper, at least tier 3 or higher, for 150% returns. So one journal is going to give me 57 rugged hide right now. Okay, so 57 rugged hide times 41 is 2,337 rugged hide. Alright, so do I have enough in here to actually show that? It looks like I don't. I didn't really farm tier 2 hide that much. So what I've done is I've simulated going out, or turning in the journals at 57 return each. That gives us 2,337 rugged hide, which has an estimated market value of 125,000. So there's the values on the screen. Let me just put these back into the storage now. And now we're going to get the actual real total by putting that amount of hides in here without the journals. So you can see right now in here there are no journals. So if we turn those journals into the laborers, we're now at 789,000, and that multiplied by 2 is 1.5 million silver per hour. So silver per hour with laborers, 1.5 million. And Reddit will always tell you that blue zone gathering is bad because they don't want you to go to the blue zone. Reddit hates if you go to the blue zone. These black zone players, these red zone players, they want you to be their prey. They want you to join their guilds and be their servants. You don't have to join guilds to make money in this game. You don't have to farm for weeks or months to be able to buy an 8.3 set and solo most of the game. You just need to gather for a few hours and you could buy an 8.3 weapon. You just gather for a few hours and you can buy very powerful gear. And yes, this does take tier 8 gathering, which you will slowly get to. As long as you're spending learning points upgrading your gathering, you will get to tier 8 in your first 1 or 2 months. Easy. And like I said, if I just focused on farming tier 2 and tier 3 animals and not worried about tier 4, and if I didn't spend 10 minutes trying to, you know, get more of these 4.3s, the 4.3 here is only worth 171k. It's not even like the big chunk, right? So if I take this out of the box, this is still 618,000. Like, imagine that you got no tier 4 drops at all, okay? Or 4.3 drops. No tier 4.3 drops. This is still 1.2 million per hour. Let's say you got no baby drops. Okay, that does drop it down a little bit, but you're almost always going to at least get one baby drop. Okay, but without any, like, terrible luck, we'll even take out the tome here. You're at 400k, that's 800k an hour. That does kind of suck a little bit, a tiny bit, but hey, let's say you get one baby drop, right? Boom, 473k, that's almost a million per hour. I average at least 2 to 3 baby drops, which is what I got. So again, that's still 1 million per hour. I don't know how else to show this. It is just an absolute great way to go. And you may be thinking, well, it's not 1 million per hour because the repair bill is going to be super duper high, dude. And I can tell you right now, it's not. Some people, they want to argue that these Avalonian tools, that you know, they're too damn expensive to repair. You are getting 15% or 20% additional yield when you wear this thing. So that is 20% more money. All right, if I'm making 1.5 million an hour and my repairs would be only 46,000, bro, that's 46,000 out of 1.5 million. You take 1.5 million. Let's do the math right now. 1,500,000 silver, and we're gonna subtract it by 20%. That's 300,000. I think you can pay 40,000 silver to repair and earn an additional 300,000 in that hour. So Avalonian tools, absolutely always worth it. Anyway, I just hope you guys understand just how powerful and how good gathering truly is. And this is with premium, by the way. Without premium, you have to cut that number by 50%. So, you know, that 1.5 million per hour would be 750,000 per hour, and so on and so forth. So, again, premium definitely helps, but you can gather your way to good gear. You can gather your way to premium, and the great thing about tier 4 blues on gathering, you also get faction points. I didn't even factor that. Look, I almost made 9,000 faction points. Well, technically, this is, I earned 6,600, so if I farm 30 more minutes, it'd be 12,000. That's a faction chest. That's 250,000 combat fame. In tomes, that's another 100k in items. You guys gotta realize just how good the blue zone gathering truly is. And it's risk-free. Oh no, someone might down me. I might get a small repair bill. Well, gathering gear is pretty cheap to repair. You don't have to use good gear like this. I just do it because it makes skinning a little bit faster, but it's a little bit overkill. So, there's no risk. You don't lose your gear, you don't lose your time, you're not going to be chased by hundreds of people for like 20 minutes at a time across multiple zones. And you may be also saying, but Soul Benji, I'm on East, and the prices suck. And my answer to that is you have to wait until the bots are fully banned. Once the bots remain fully banned on East, and it will happen at some point, the economy will eventually recover. It will take about a few months, but it will recover. That same thing that you guys are going through right now on East happened on West. It just takes time. Just continue to gather and wait for the economy to bounce back and then sell when it's a high price. That's all you guys have to do. I know it sucks over there right now, but things will get better. And if you're on West, well, if you're not gathering, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Today, I'm going to be farming Tier 2 and Tier 3 skinnable mobs just to show you skinning is still good even without baby drops. Let's get a timer on the screen, let's eat a pork pie, and let's begin. Now, I wanted to show off mostly farming tier 2 and tier 3 animals because I did say earlier in the video that it's still really good silver per hour, and it is. It's just that, you know, farming tier 4s is much better, but you can't always do that because of, you know, players crowding the zones or just not being strong enough to kill them over other players. It really depends, but here's the profits on that, and I squeezed both in one video for you instead of splitting them up. I hope you enjoy, and here's the data. All right. And that is 30 minutes. I'm just going to finish grabbing what I killed here, and then we're going to teleport out. And we'll see what we did here. I'm going to stop the timer. Alright, 30 minutes in, and you can see our inventory. We have way more tier 2 and tier 3 hide. I still got a baby drop. I didn't bring that many journals this time, because I wanted to kind of simulate what a newer player might have in journal, like, returns. But I'm going to show you what we earned without the tier 4, what we earned without the baby drop. I didn't harvest any enchanted stuff. Well, I got a little bit of enchanted stuff. Don't worry, we're gonna show all of the earnings off here, and I'm gonna hide the timer and turn that off. Okay, so let's look at how much we earned here. Tier 3 and tier 2 hide only. Just tier 2 and tier 3 hide. That is 414,000 just from that, and that's not counting the journals, by the way. So we can again do the journal math. So let's get some text on the screen here, and let's remove the journal for now. So that would be 414k in just T2 and T3. Let me get that on the screen for y'all. Next up, the journals are worth 29, and again, I could have filled way more journals. I could have filled more journals. Just want to put that on the screen because sometimes people don't listen to what I'm saying. Journals are 29k basically, 29.5k. We'll round that. So right now we're at 443k so far, 443k. Now if we do the journal math here, so that's 23 times 57, that's 1,311. So I'm gonna take one of these, and then I'm gonna do 312, and there. Well, actually, let me take all this out. 1,300 and sorry, hold on, I gotta do it again. 23 times 57, 1,311. So that means put one in there, do this to 312, and that is worth, oh, that's 70k. That's 69,996. Let's see, journals if turned in laborers would be 70k. All right, so if we put everything back in there now, except for the journal, of course, and then add the math on that, that would be 414 plus 70. So that is 484k. That's so close to 1 million per hour. Let's see. T2 and T3 plus labored journal. I know that's not a word that I typed in there. That would be 484k, which per hour. I accidentally had my mic muted here, so I'm just going to fast forward to the part where I type all the stuff out on the screen and then explain it afterwards. Sorry. Oh man, I don't know how long I've been talking while my mic's been muted. I guess because I did some math. But guys, this is the math on the screen. I'm sorry if there's any dead air. I'll maybe fix it in editing. But whenever I hit my minus key, it mutes my mic. So here is the math. 1.186 million per hour if you count the tier 4 stuff. 968,000 per hour if you absolutely do not kill a single tier 4 enemy at all. And yeah, it's free money. Go gather, guys. With that said, thank you for watching. I'm Soul Benji. Make sure that you leave a comment because I read all of them. And it's my only social interaction, so help me out with that. And leave a like, because Reddit will downvote this. Reddit does not. There are Redditors right now telling people, advising them to falsely report my channel as misinformation, that's for like medical videos and like politics. There's nothing false about my info. I literally showed uncut footage of me farming for that amount of time. If I could do it, you could definitely do it. This is not cherry-picked. I did not set out here and gather hundreds of times to get the best result. This is just an average result. I even wasted 10 minutes camping a 4.3 that didn't respawn. I mean, come on, guys. Right? I'm not cherry-picking this stuff. With that also said, make sure you're subscribed, because we're almost at 100,000. And on the right side of your screen is a video you should absolutely click If you don't click it, the next time you go out to eat, they're going to mess up your order.